Good morning to one and all. This is Navyasri, Department of Commerce from TTWRDC Suryapet. And today my topic is Basics or Fundamentals of Financial Accounting. And contents: definition of accounting, its functions, users of accounting information, branches of accounting, advantages and limitations, basis of accounting, system of accounting, classification, types of accounting, rules of double entry system, and accounting cycle. Before going to the topic, what is accounting, why we use accounting, and where we need accounting. So, business is a continuous activity of production and purchase or sale of goods and rendering their services with the intention of making profit. While doing such a business, we had number of transactions, and it is highly impossible to remember all the transactions. So started recording them manually by following some generally acceptable principles, methods and procedures. According to Indian Institute of Certified Accountants, accounting is an art of recording, classifying and summarizing in a significant manner and in terms of money, which means only monetary transactions and events which are of financial character, and interpreting the results thereof. The main attributes of accounting are: it is an art of recording business transactions. The first and foremost function of financial accounting is recording the transactions. It records all the day-to-day transactions in a chronological order. It means date-wise. Next, after the completion of recording, it classifies the transactions. Either it has to prepare separate accounts, either cash book, cash account, or bank account, or salaries account, etc. After the completion of recording and classification, in the next step is summarizing. And summarizing is used to prepare trial balance, which is prepared on the basis of classification of various accounts with their closing balances. The closing balances appear in the classification of data. With those closing balances, the trial balance is prepared. After the preparation of trial balance, we analyze the data, which means after the completion of summarizing, the next step is analysis, which means division of a recorded data. It is to prepare either P&L account or balance sheet or trading account. The item should be transferred to either P&L account or trading account or balance sheet. By following such rules, some rules and regulations, and following some methods, we interpret our results. Either our financial position is in profits or losses, or we are in profitability or in loss. And we interpret our results. After interpreting the results, we communicate our results to the end users. So, the attributes of accounting are recording, classifying, summarizing, analyzing, interpreting and communication of financial data to the end users. And financial accounting functions are: it systematically record all the business transactions in day-to-day or date-wise in chronological order in general entries. Next, it protects the property of a business by recording all day-by-day transactions, and also it acts as an evidence in the court. Next, communicating results to the users. It communicate our results to the users, and it complies with legal requirements by following rules and regulations which are laid on by law. It follows all methods and procedures. Next, various users of financial information are owners, creditors, employees, government and investors. Owner is nothing but the person who starts a business with a capital, and he is always willing to know his financial position. And next, creditor, the person who supplies the goods on credit or the person who provides credit to the business. Next, person, Next, employees. The persons who are working in an organization are employees. And next, government also use the information because of tax calculation. Next, or a tax paid by a organization. And next, investors, nothing but shareholders. Next, various branches of accounting. We have here three types of branches. One is financial accounting, cost accounting, management accounting. Financial accounting deals with record keeping, nothing but recording of all the business transactions which are in monetary terms. Next, in case of cost accounting deals with ascertaining the cost. Not only ascertaining the cost, but also it calculates various variable cost and operating expenses. Next, in case of management accounting, it deals with analysis for decision making. Next, it has advantages. Various advantages of financial accounting are replacement of a memory. By recording date-wise transactions daily, it saves a lot of time. And next, it acts as a evidence in the court. And also for it is useful to prepare financial statements for tax purpose. Next, it is also useful for comparative study, which means it compares past year profits and present year profits. Either profits are increased or decreased. And next, sale of a business. Our sale of a business also depends on our financial position. Next, it is used as assistance to insolvent. And wherever we have advantages, there will be disadvantages too. It records only monetary transactions. So, financial accounting records only monetary transactions and excludes all the non-monetary transactions is a major disadvantage to the financial accounting. And effect of price level changes not considered. As it records only historical cost, it excludes inflation too. Either the price increases or decreases. Next, personal bias of accountant affects the accounting statements. As a knowledge acquired by the accountant, only he prepares all the financial statements. Next, permits alternative treatments. Not only following the one methods, an accountant will follow one or two methods. In case of closing stock, LIFO, FIFO, etc. Next, it is perfectly historical in nature. Whatever the cost they incur, the cost only recorded in the books of accounts. Next, we have here various terminology used in the accounting. Few of here are business. What is a business? Nothing but selling and buying of goods and services with a profit motive. And next, bookkeeping. Bookkeeping is also comes under accountancy. The act of systematically recording the financial transactions affecting a business. Next, book value. Book value is nothing but the net amount, original value plus or minus any adjustments such as depreciation showed in the accounts of an asset, liability or owner's equity item. Book value is nothing but the net value which is calculated by deducting all its adjustments and depreciations by adding all appreciations. Next, calendar year. Calendar year is nothing but 12 months period from January 1st to December 31st. And we also follow financial year starts from 1st April to 31st March. And next, transactions. Exchange of goods or services between businesses or individuals can also be other events having an economic part on the business. Transactions is nothing but exchanging of goods and services. Next, journal. A journal is a book of original entry in a double entry bookkeeping system. It records all the transactions in a chronological order. Next, journal entry. A recording of transaction where debits equals to credits. According to double entry system, wherever we have debit, there will be an equivalent to credit. And next, ledger. A summary statement of all the transactions relating to person, asset, expense or income which have taken place during a given period of time and show their net effect. After the completion of recording journal entries, the next step is ledger posting. The entries whatever we have recorded in the journal are separately recorded to their separate accounts called ledger posting. Next, trial balance. After the preparation of journal ledger, the next step is trial balance, where the debit is always equals to credit. A list of all accounts balances that provides a test of whether total debits equals total credits. The closing balances of all the ledger are transferred to trial balance. Next, revenue. Revenue is nothing but sale of goods or services. Whenever we made a sale, we'll get a revenue. Next, balance sheet. A balance sheet is an itemized statement which lists the total assets and total liabilities of a given business to show its net worth at a given moment in time. Balance sheet is a statement which shows our financial position of a business which has assets and liabilities. Next, capital. Capital is nothing but a money or property used by an owner while starting a business. Next, debtor. A person who owes money. Next, a creditor. A person to whom the money is owed. Next, credit. Credit is nothing but an entry on the right side of a ledger account. In the same way, debit means an entry on the left side of a ledger account. And current assets. Current assets are those assets which can be easily convertible into cash. Next, current liabilities. Current liabilities are liabilities to be paid within 1 year of a balance sheet date. Next, drawings. Drawings means owner of a business for a personal use, he withdraws some amount is called drawings. Next, bad debt. An uncollectible account receivable is bad debt. And loss. A loss is an expenditure without any benefit to the concern. On the other hand, expense is incurred to result in some benefit. Thus, amount spent on lighting is an expense, but loss due to fire is a loss. Next, we have basis of accounting. Under basis of accounting, first one is cash basis. Actual cash receipts and payments are recorded. According to financial accounting, we record only monetary transactions and exclude all the non-monetary transactions. And credit transactions are not recorded. And second one is accrual basis. Either the income received or earned or accrued during the period forms part of a total income of that period. These comes under accrual basis, nothing but credit basis. And third one is mixed basis. It is a combination of both cash and accrual basis. System of accounting. Single entry system. The single entry system is a system with no complete records of business transactions. It records only personal accounts. And in case of double entry system, one account is given debit while the other account is given credit with an equal amount. It is a twofold effect. For every debit there will be an equivalent to credit. Next, classification of accounts. Accounts are classified into two types, personal accounts and impersonal accounts. Under personal accounts, natural personal accounts, artificial personal accounts and representative personal accounts. And in case of impersonal accounts, we have real accounts and nominal accounts. Under real accounts, tangible assets and intangible assets. Types of personal accounts. Natural personal account. An account recorded transactions with an individual human being is known as a natural personal account. For example, Krishna account, Ramu account, Ravi account. These are natural personal accounts. Next, artificial personal accounts. Artificial personal accounts means a person created by its law or created by a law. Example, Gurukulam account and VSL college account, etc. Next, representative personal accounts. An account indirectly representing a person is known as a representative personal account. For example, we pay salaries to a certain person. It is indirectly representing a person. So, salaries account is a representative personal account. Next, tangible assets. The assets which can be touched, seen and measured are tangible assets. For example, land, building, machineries, etc. And intangible assets, the assets which we cannot be seen and touched. For example, goodwill, patent rights, intellectual property rights, etc. Next, rules of double entry system. These are the three golden rules where financial accounting is totally depend. Personal account, real account and nominal accounts. We have three different accounts and three different rules for these accounts. For personal account, debit the receiver, credit the giver. And for real account, debit what comes in and credit what goes out. And nominal account, debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. Next, accounting cycle. Under accounting cycle, first step is recording monetary transactions in a systematic manner. Nothing but recording of transactions. Next, journal entries. In these journal entries only we record the day-to-day transactions in a chronological order. After the completion of journal entries, next step is ledger post. It means classification of a data. Based on the journal entries recorded, we post them to ledger accounts, separate accounts called ledger accounts. By appearing the closing balances in the ledger account, we prepare trial balance, which means summarizing of data. After the completion of trial balance, we analyze, we divide those accounts to trading account, profit and loss account and balance sheet. It is called analysis of a data. After the completion of analysis, we interpret our results and communicate our results to the end users. This is the accounting cycle where it starts with the recording and ends with the communicating, from recording of general entries to completion of a preparing of a balance sheet. Next, not only having a golden rules but also we have various accounting concepts and conventions. The main these concepts are business entity concept. According to business entity concept, business is different from its owner. According to this concept, owner prepare his books separately and his business books separately. Next, according to going concern concept, it assumes that the business will continue for a long period of time. Next, according to cost concept, all the transactions will be recorded at a cost in the books. It means deducted depreciation from the net assets yearly, which means it only takes historical cost and the net value of an asset. Next, dual aspect concept. According to dual aspect concept, each transaction has twofold effect. According to Lucas Pacioli, who started a double entry system, for every debit there will be an equivalent to credit. Next, money measurement concept. The transactions should be recorded in monetary aspect only. We should not record the transactions in non-monetary terms such as kilograms, quintals, meters, liters, etc. Next, accounting period concept. According to periodicity concept, usually the period is 1 year. Measuring the profit, incomes or expenses of a period only are to be considered. For every 12 months, we have to prepare our financial statements. Realization concept. If the revenue is recognized too early or too late, the company would not project the right financial position. It would look more profitable or less profitable than what it actually is. Whatever the amount realized, only recorded in the books of accounts. Next, matching concept. All the incomes should be matched with their expenses. Next, not only the concepts but also we have few conventions. Convention of disclosure. Accounts should be prepared in such a way that all material information is clearly disclosed to the users. Whatever the financial statements we have prepared, either P&L account, balance sheet, cash flow, fund flow, we have to disclose clearly. Next, convention of consistency. An accounting method or procedure once chosen should be followed consistently from year to year. For example, we are following, for example, we are calculating depreciation, we have to follow either straight line method or WDV method, but not both. Next, convention of conservatism. According to the convention of conservatism, only anticipate no profits but provide for all possible losses. Any business, while recording the transactions, it should anticipate no profits but provide for all possible losses. Next, convention of materiality. According to the convention of materiality, only material items should be disclosed or recorded and no immaterial items should be recorded. For example, while calculating our financial statements, we use calculator. But calculator should not be recorded as a asset. Only those events should be recorded which have a significant bearing and insignificant things should be ignored. There is no formula for identifying material and immaterial events. It depends on the accountant discretion. This is the class of basics or fundamentals of financial accounting. I hope it is understandable, and my special thanks to Secretary Sir for giving me this golden opportunity. Thank you.